Joker 2, aka Joker Folie Deux. So, I didn't see the first film as the epic masterpiece that plenty of people did, but I still loved it. I thought it was a great film and deserving of all of the Oscars it won. Wonderful film, looked fantastic, acted to perfection, and seeing a character like the Joker get turned into a grounded character piece like this, wonderful stuff. So I did go into the sequel with apprehension. The first film didn't really need a sequel, but I still thought it could be unique, so I went into it with an open mind, and I gotta say, it really did please me. At first. The first 40 minutes or so, I kind of fell in love with it. Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck brings the same wonderful performance he brought from the last film. He's very layered, he has a lot going on behind his eyes, he does not phone it in. He's not here for a check, this is a wonderful performance. I enjoyed seeing his interactions with the guards at Arkham and all of the other inmates, how Gotham itself was affected by his decisions from the first film, seeing his psychological state. It's wonderful stuff. And even though she doesn't have too much to do, Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn was wonderful. The dialogue between them worked, they had great chemistry, and some of the best scenes in the whole film is just them talking to each other. Two messed up characters finding a connection during all of this mental crap. I was intrigued. I love a good romance piece, especially when it's in a fucked up situation like this. It was unique. I liked it. It's also worth noting that Todd Phillips did come back to direct this film, and Jesus Christ, he still knows what he's doing with a camera. This film looks gorgeous, some of the best cinematography I've seen all year. But as the film went on, oh my goodness, the problems built and built until I didn't even recognize what this film was anymore. Look, we were all nervous when we found out that this Joker sequel would partly be a musical, but I was willing to give it a chance. Joaquin Phoenix does have a good singing voice. After all, he did play as Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. And of course, Lady Gaga knows what she's doing with a microphone, so why not, right? I gave it a try, and I gotta say, oh my goodness, these songs should have been cut out. I don't know what they're doing here. They just slow the film down. It's not like these songs advance the story in any way. The film just stops so that way characters can break out into song and dance. I don't get it. Also, Harley Quinn was so sidelined. Just like the songs, I don't know what she was doing in this film. She doesn't have much to do, doesn't have much of an arc, she just is kind of there. And that sucks because the marketing really pushed her forward and got us all juiced for a Harley Quinn combination. It's such a missed opportunity. Also, at the halfway point, the film becomes a bit of a court drama, and it had some interesting points. I liked some of the characters returning from the first film to give their perspective on certain things, that was cool. And seeing the Joker kind of come to light during these court segments was cool, but it was just a great big recap session. We were just constantly flashing back to things we had already seen in the first film. Again, pointless, but the worst part was the final 5 minutes. No big spoilers, but it does kind of ruin certain bits of information that we got from the first film. But even worse, something kind of epic happens. At first, I was really interested, and it's shot to perfection. Oh my goodness, it was wonderful. But again, it didn't go anywhere. What was the point of doing all of that just to get to an ending like that? So, in the end, Joker 2, Joker Folie Deux, whatever, is a very interesting sequel. It does fit with the first film, it's quite original, it does look fantastic, and some of the performances are fantastic. Joaquin Phoenix is still brilliant. But it doesn't really go anywhere. It just waddles from place to place sloppily whilst throwing in some pointless musicals here and there. The characters don't have arcs, there's no interesting commentary on violence or how society gets affected by political issues, and Gotham itself doesn't really feel like much of a character like it did in the first film. So I don't know what the point of this film was. Is it a cash grab? I wouldn't really call it that because it wasn't made instantly after the first film. This came out 5 years later and it does have some interesting points, so it doesn't entirely feel like a cheap cash grab. At the exact same time, I have no clue what the point of this was, and I wish they never made this. I don't hate this film, but I am crossed by it. I can see the potential in a truly great Joker sequel. In fact, I was quite interested to see if maybe we could bring Batman into this universe and give something new a try. I know that idea sounds fucking odd, but I still wanted to see it. Sadly, I don't think that's ever gonna happen now, not after the success of this film. I'm sad to say that the mixed reviews were very much warranted. I do believe this will get a bit of a cult following one day, and I hope that does happen. I hope people out there do enjoy it. But for me, no, this was a big waste of time. I'm gonna give Joker Folie Deux a 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay jiggy. The better appreciate you.